What's going on, guys? It's Teacher David here from Guys with Games. We know a lot of you are teaching from home right now, so we'd like to take some time and share some games that you can play with your students online or in a socially distanced environment. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button to get more games like this. All right, let's get started. Today's game is called Name That Flick. It's a listening comprehension game that I like to play with my students. So what you're going to want to do is give your students a list of popular movie titles. Try not to choose any indie flicks or, campy kind of flicks that your students probably don't know. Stick with mainstream titles that have come out in the past few years. I usually try to pick out between 5 and 10 titles as to give it a bigger feel and a much more difficult task for your students. And I try and get titles from different genres of movies. So I try not to make them all superhero movies or all dramas, So today, my list of movies is the following: Spider-Man, Star Wars, Frozen, Toy Story, Mad Max, Wolf of Wall Street, Bridesmaids, and Avengers Endgame. That's right, Avengers Endgame. Cool. So these are my 8 films that I'm gonna show my student. Either type it in or show them a list in front of you. And then I'm going to describe a plot from one of the movies. The student's job is, you guessed it, to guess which one of the movies I'm talking about. What I do is I'll Google the movie title. So for example, Toy Story, and type plot after that. And the description comes up. So let's go through an example really quick. With their beloved Andy preparing to leave for college, Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, and the rest of the toys find themselves headed for the attic, but mistakenly wind up on the curb with the trash. Woody's quick thinking saves the gang, but all but Woody end up being donated to a daycare center. Unfortunately, the uncontrollable kids do not play nice. So, Woody and the gang make plans for a great escape. Now, this one is really obvious, and my students will probably get it right away because you hear the word toys in the movie description. So obviously I'm talking about Toy Story 3 here, and that's the plot of it. That's a good warm-up game for listening comprehension. I'll also play another game with my students where I'll give my students a list of 5 different movie titles that they may or may not have heard of. And their job is to describe what those movies are about to me. So now this is more of a speaking activity that you can play with them. So I'll give them a movie title, let's say Moonlight, and show them a poster of the movie. And maybe they've seen it and they can give me an accurate description of what that movie is about. Or maybe they haven't seen it and they have to completely just guess and try and articulate what they think that movie might be about. This is really fun, and you can put a time limit on it so that your students don't get too long-winded or feel like they have to go on forever. You can say, I'll give you 1 minute, tell me what you think this movie is about, and set a timer on your cell phone and let them go at it. So these are 2 different games you can play with your students. I like playing both of them sometimes in class, and sometimes I'll even choose everything from one genre for the day, and we're gonna focus on, let's say, action terms. And then we're gonna focus on drama or romance terms, things like that. So you can theme this to different classes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. It's awesome for me and my students. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, a little bonus tip. If you are lucky enough to be still teaching in the classrooms, like we are here in Taiwan, you can play this game in your class as well. Write a list on the board of the 8 movies that you're gonna describe, and make sure that the students are, split one team and another, and they have to wait until you're finished completely with the description before they raise their hand and guess which movie you're talking about. If they are correct, give their team a point and go at it again. So that's a little bonus tip for those of you who are still in the classroom and want to take these games there. See you next time.